stunning from Luke Shaw. Just took out all of the Watford defenders in one go. Mata, Rashford outside the box. He's going to take the shot on, although Britos was right in the way and took off most of the pace from the shot. Now Doucouré going stride for stride with Pogba through the middle. Deeney out wide to Deulofeu, running into the United penalty area. A couple of step overs. Phil Jones watched the ball all the way and took it off him and poked it out for a throw.
Yeah, well done Phil Jones again. He's a tricky customer, Deulofeu. You've got to be so careful with him when he gets inside the box. But he watched him all the way.
We've had half an hour. Manchester United 1, Watford 0. Marcus Rashford on target. And as you say, Watford may well feel hard done by. They've now got to push on a little bit as the game progresses in order to get back into proceedings. But they've got plenty of ability to do that.
Yeah, they have. They've already proved that.
And plenty of time in which to get back into it as well. Luke Shaw's header away will find Pogba, who just rises above a couple in the Watford midfield to cushion the ball down for Ander Herrera. And Herrera gets it back from Young and runs over halfway, and then Rashford turns Britos superbly. Martial in the middle, Rashford waiting for support. There are so many green shirts back, but not too many red ones forward. Luke Shaw on the left, invited forward by the pass from Mata. Now Pogba rolls it into Mata. Mata takes it on, out to Luke Shaw on the left. This is Martial, fizzed in towards Mata, who gives it back to Martial in the box, twisting and turning, gets to the dead ball line, and it's taken off his toes at the last there by Daryl Janmaat.
Yeah, good skill from Anthony Martial. And as Deulofeu is for Man United, Martial is for Watford. You've got to be careful. You get him inside the box, he can go either way. And it was really good feet, and it took three of them to stop him, Anthony Martial.
So Martial now waits in the middle for this corner, which is taken quickly, brilliantly done along the dead ball line, crossing from Mata. Shot is saved by Ben Foster, who was on the line, and Watford were caught napping there. It was brilliant from Manchester United. It didn't quite get the end product it deserved.
Training ground routine done to perfection. Talk about rehearsing things and then putting it into practice in real time when it really counts and matters. And Anthony Martial will wonder how he's not made it 2-0.
Brilliant goalkeeping from Foster in the end, although the ball was actually straight at him, but he still had to use his reflexes to keep it out. Pogba to Mata. Watford get it away just about. It's hooked clear by Will Hughes, and that goal from Marcus Rashford has just kicked United into another gear.
It has. Now he's offside.
Deulofeu is offside. And he ran through past the United defenders. De Gea came out to him, but he was offside anyway. De Gea and Deulofeu played together for their country, of course, so that's a good battle today.
Yeah, he just hadn't retreated enough. You know, one more step and he would have been in his own half, and they have no need to be offside. But United have stepped it up, there's no question, Dave, since the goal.
33 minutes gone. United 1, Watford 0. Marcus Rashford. Here's Smalling. Jones on to Shaw, who gets the assist for that Rashford goal, albeit assists don't often get printed in newspapers and they're not always obvious to see, but Marcus Rashford will know that that goal owed a lot to the left back, who's on the ball again now, far corner of the Watford penalty area, into the feet of Mata, who tries a back heel to Luke Shaw, doesn't quite come off. Watford clear it, it's out of play for a throw to, well, no one knows which side. The assistant and referee were both looking at each other saying, is that way or is it the other way? Deulofeu down injured, by the way, now.
Yeah. He got a double helping of Phil Jones there. I think when he landed on him afterwards as well, so they're having a bit of a tussle, and as he falls to the ground, there you go. He did get a bit of a bang.
Yeah, tell you what, it's no surprise. Oh, his nose is bleeding now.
Yeah.
No surprise that Deulofeu immediately hit the deck, called for assistance from whoever was near him, which happened to be Juan Mata, and then just curled up in the fetal position on the floor in a bit of a heap.
Yeah. There's this fabulous ball. One touch, and then just daintily lifts it over the top of Ben Foster, who had to come out to try and narrow the angle, but super finish for Marcus Rashford.
I must say, it was actually reminiscent of a goal he scored against Chelsea a few seasons back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Same end of the field.
Yeah.
And Messrs Phelan and Solskjaer in the technical area now having a chat as all the players just wait and watch as Deulofeu gets sorted out. Basically, as Deulofeu went down, Phil Jones, the sort of smaller Phil Jones's back, landed on the top of Deulofeu's back and basically just squashed him into the ground.
That's right. He was falling himself, and it's instinct to put your arms out to cushion your fall, and he just happened to slam Deulofeu's head straight into the turf. Totally accidental, but the effects are still just as painful.
Yeah, looks a sore one. He's just being put back together by the medical staff. Great, as always, by the way, to see Sir Alex Ferguson here today in the sunshine, taking in the first game under the new Manchester United manager, one of his protégés, of course, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's had such a terrific run as caretaker manager. 19 games in charge before today, 14 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats.
And of those 3 defeats, one of them didn't matter because we beat PSG.
Yeah.
Arsenal we should have won. I think the only one that you really have to hold your hands up and say that we didn't deserve to take anything from was our last outing at Wolves, which they've now got a chance to rectify on Tuesday night.
Deulofeu, by the way, is ready to get stuck in again. He has cotton wool buds shoved up both nostrils. Not the greatest look in the world. I don't think it'll catch on. Marcus Rashford now trying to chase on to a long ball which is headed up in the air by Britos. Back to Pogba. Rashford, Mata, Herrera. Ball well forward. Herrera, lovely touch into Martial in the penalty area, but it was seen there by Massino. Just got his body in the way so the ball didn't land on the Frenchman's boot. 8 minutes to half-time, United lead 1-0. And it's starting to turn the screw here now. Rashford far side. Back to Pogba. Little touch for Shaw. And Pogba again takes over. Watford with 9 behind the ball. Rashford, Martial looking for the return to Rashford. Foster, though, watches it over the line for a goal kick.
Yeah, but the movement's there. The movement is definitely there. Players are passing, they're moving. And it's too quick for Watford. And it just sort of beggars belief how United didn't start like that, but now they are starting to turn the screw, as you quite rightly said, Dave, and they are threatening a second before the break.
Well, the first 10-15 minutes of this game, Manchester United just weren't producing, were they? But now it's a totally different team, totally different outcome, and it's a very different game.
Yeah, offside again, Deulofeu.
Javi Gracia, the Watford manager, just sort of turned away in disgust there. I think he's frustrated at the fact that the offside flag's been raised against the Spaniard on too many occasions. Ben Thornley just chuckling next to me because of the...
Deulofeu, he reminds me of the episode of Blackadder when Rowan Atkinson had put the underpants on his head and the chopsticks up his nose to try and get thrown out of the war for being mad.
If you've never seen Blackadder, you'll wonder what on earth Ben Thornley's going on about. I often do when I work with him anyway, so it's fine. It's, when am I seeing you next? Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Anything could happen. Here's Paul Pogba. Strides over the halfway line. Forward to Martial, who's going to run at Cabaselli into the Watford box. Little layoff to Mata. Martial gets it again, goes down. It rolls for Pogba. Now Ashley Young on this right-hand side. First time crossing towards Rashford. Sliding challenge from Messina, which was crucial, really, because that was heading Rashford's way, rather, which would have been trouble for Watford.